Hello and welcome to Paris Set Me Free, Paris Photo Tutorials. Here's Paris, and I've been promising you for ages to get away from the centre of Paris, and I must admit I've been itching to do so as well. So I'm going to take you on a little trip. We'll still be in Paris, but we're getting towards the edge. Let's take a little trip down the river. So we're going to zoom in on the river. Tell you what, why don't we change over to satellite view for a change. There it is, there's the Seine strolling along there. I'm looking for this, Parc André Citroën. Can you see it? Very nice park, in case you haven't discovered it yet, and you're at a loose end on what to do. Well, check this park out, and make sure you go right to the edges and all around it. There's all loads of interesting stuff to look at there. Right, we're going to zoom in a bit more. We're not going to the park, we're going to something close to it. We're going to this bridge here, which is called Pont du Garigliano. We're going to zoom in, and I think you're starting to see something a bit strange there on the bridge. There it is. What is this thing here? Okay, we're nearly there. And there you go. It's a pinkish blob. Alright, let's go down to ground level. Put our man on the bridge, and there it is. Actually, that's better than my photograph. Shit. Okay, so there's this statue here. Yep, it's a statue which strangely resembles a bunch of old scrap metal painted in various violent tones of pink, purple and yellow. And this is a cyclist trying his best to look the other way. There's also a telephone booth in there, and if you get up close there's actually an inscription which says something like if this phone booth rings, no, I think it's the artist, the sculptor, says, I will phone this number which is only known to me every now and then. If you happen to hear it ring, pick it up, and I don't know, it's one of those sort of happenstance, serendipity type things where you're inside their creation, the phone rings, and the artist, has no idea who it's going to be picking it up. And that's pretty cool, actually, if you think about it. It's in the middle of this bridge. What's also cool is that Paris allowed it. Look, I find this sculpture absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It's made out of these rugged, massive, in the real sense of the word, pieces of metal, but they're all crumpled up as though they were pieces of tissue paper or something. It's lovely, you know, and the raw edges are still visible. The colours are gorgeous. I clicked on what I thought was zoom and it's done that. Fair enough. Oh, there we are. The colours are really lovely, and let's just go back. And I'm very fond of it. They're all bent over there, you see. Okay, let me show you what I got. I was wandering around. I hadn't planned to take it, as usual. Very rarely do I actually take photographs of something which I publish, which I had planned to do so. These are some of the pictures I got. I was having a problem with my camera, so I seem to be taking things at strange angles for some reason. Okay, just have a look at some of these. There you go. Obviously some of these should be turned around the other way. I was putting a bit of movement in there, trying to turn it into something really abstract rather than just a literal representation of what somebody else had done, which is, I believe, very important with taking photographs of artwork if you want to make something original. Okay, so there it is, all this sort of stuff. There's another one of them, along with some dark, shady, nasty railway pictures, I see. And you can also see that it was close to this thing here. This is in Parc André Citroën, this hot air balloon, which I might publish those as individual photos later. So this thing here, what on earth do I do with it? Well, that's a very good question. You can see I was trying these, moving the camera as I took the shot, getting it all fuzzy. There were some which I've deleted, which were literally mega fuzz, you know, just blurs, and I didn't actually go with those. Could have taken the phone booth there. But as often happens, lo and behold, what happens? But someone walks past, and not only does someone walk past, which is fair enough, but look at him. Look at this guy. Do you see anything there? This is the original, remember, without any changes whatsoever to the colours. So just have a look at that. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on that. And you're going to see something rather amazing. Now let me just zoom in to max, and then we'll take it from there. You'll see something rather amazing. What is amazing? Well, what's amazing is this guy is wearing two items which are exactly the colours of two of these things here. The pink of his hat. Here, there's another one here. Let me just get a bit. The one I finally used. Bear with me. I used this one because he's biggest in the photograph. Although I played around with the colours and changed them a bit, what is in reality, the colour of his cap is exactly the same colour as this. The colour of his t-shirt is exactly the same colour as this one and this one. It's absolutely unbelievable. Hang on, let me just show you some of those colours in a more overexposed version that I did. There you go. So you can see the richness of those colours, absolutely gorgeous. What I ended up with, and you might be a bit surprised, is this. There you go. You can see I went a bit off the wall with that one. Basically, this is how I present my photographs in exhibitions. I mount them on black squares of canvas covered board, and I mount the photographs so that the photographs are, whatever's horizontal in the photograph is horizontal as I mount it, irrespective of whether I took it in at an angle. I'm allowed to do that. I allow myself to do that because I make a black. This wouldn't be very cool for artists, for galleries, to put all my photographs at this sort of angle, if this were the frame. So I put this on a black frame, which is rather nice, and I paint a bit of white lines around it and sign it, and sometimes put a few words next to it. So anyway, that's what I've done here. So the guy and everything is upright, so that doesn't shock you. But the angle that I saw it at is respected. So it's something for you to think about with your photographs. You know, don't. You do have to. I was going to say you do have to respect what you see in the camera, because what you take is what you get. Having said that, I've seen people who have extended their photographs by, if a flower goes out of the picture, they've continued painting the flower on the background. You know, on the mount. So nothing is really impossible. Anyway. The thing is to think, you know, it's up to you, not only how you take the photograph, but your art doesn't have to stop at the photograph. You know, you can mount it in a different way to the traditional way. You can extend it over the edge of the frame if you want, or as I've done my thing, I've decided on this square format, whatever the format of my photographs, I mount all of my my real exhibition photographs on a black square, and put a white line around it here, with a bit of space in between that and the photograph, exactly as you see here on my website, like that. Up to you. There are no rules. So so there it is. What an amazing coincidence. This guy actually wearing the same two colours here and here as this and this. They've gone a bit weird as I exaggerated them, but you can see this coincidence. It's just amazing. It's just great. It's turned this into a representation of this into an event. Some of you, myself included, might be thinking, hey, you can see his face. Well, you know, you can, yeah. You know, it's that age-old argument. I'm not planning on selling this photograph. It's just there to be looked at, you know. And if the guy ever sees it and tells me to take it down, then I will, you know. But it was too good to let go, really. And there it is. So, slightly wacky one there. Paris is wacky, isn't it? Alright, that's it for this time. Thanks for visiting. See a better quality version on the blog as ever, parissetmefree.blogspot.com, and see you next time, very soon, in Paris. Bye bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre. Je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.